The trailer that dropped already, the Breaking Bad trailer, the full trailer dropped today, right? Was it today?
That was a full one, yeah.
Didn't see it? Okay, so the trailer, it's Pinkman, and you see it's most of it is just it's music,
silence.
It's just music.
Oh, yeah,
and
There's no words
as
said.
Vince Gilligan does use music very well. Does he direct the movie?
Yeah.
He does. Okay, you could tell because it's like the way
Looks
that
like
it.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Now I don't know if it's Pinkman getting back into the business, or it looks like when he's lighting stuff on fire, it looks like he's previously taking everybody out.
Yeah, like running and taking people out.
Kind of what it looks
Or maybe
like.
it looked like, for me, it looked like he was running first, getting on his feet, and then retaliating.
Now the trailer we all agree looks great,
Awesome.
and the fact that it's coming out in 2 weeks, thank you. But the main question here is the voice at the end. Are you ready? Sounds to me like Walter White.
It does.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like Walter White, where he says that he basically Pinkman is staring rocks across the hall at somebody, and you hear, "Are you ready?"
And they both have like their hands on a gun.
Yeah.
Like it's this duel, like an old-fashioned Western shootout.
And Riley and I both are in agreement that
think
it is, but it's like a vision, and Walter White's basically talking to him
Yeah.
the whole movie.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I think. And I think Bryan Cranston will be in it, like standing in the room,
Yeah.
and it's only Jesse who sees him.
Yeah,
and
I think
it's
so,
all
too.
up here. Yeah,
Yeah, because he looks like he's starting to pull out some Walter White tricks in some of the
yeah,
footage
almost
too.
like his conscience is
Yeah.
back now to
Totally.
like
What
show,
did you
like
learn?
he's lighting something right on the canisters. It's like I feel like Walter White told him how to do this.
That was the thought. Because when you think about Jesse Pinkman when he was coming up in that show, he was this kind of cocky punk kid. But he learned a lot from Walter White. He learned a lot from him. So how much do you, and you see him in the desert digging up the money that they left in the season. And so, yeah, I think they're going to definitely bring Walter White back that particular way, and I think that that's his voice.
I would agree that that's Walter White's voice. I think it would be, like we said it yesterday, but I think it would be silly to actually bring him back.
No.
But him as this
In his head.
mentor. And I think, like I said on Rumor Mill last week, I think that leads us into the Pinkman series. Because Better Call Saul's doing so well.
Is it?
People, I mean, they get nominated for everything.
yeah, but is it doing well?
I mean, they keep renewing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fantastic show.
No, I'm not talking about critically. I just think it's not getting the viewership.
I mean, it's not getting the viewership that Breaking Bad got. That's for sure.
No, absolutely. Of course not. Nobody expected that. But I thought it wasn't doing particularly well.
I mean,
viewership-wise.
Nobody is saying, like, I mean, I don't know the numbers. I really don't. But they keep renewing it. So AMC just likes the show, and they keep getting nominated for it. And it's great, and it's great. I think personally that, and what we talked about before was it says El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie,
Right.
Which is genius because
Well, it's common sense.
Totally.
Because we've talked about in this show many times that a lot of these franchises and places puts a title.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
Yes.
What is Bumblebee? If you don't know, it should be Bumblebee, a Transformers movie. It's the same way. If you just put El Camino. Wait, what?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a crappy car that people
it's
drove in
El
the 70s
Camino.
and 80s.
It's a Breaking Bad thing, right? But you have to watch the trailer as opposed to what is El Camino? Breaking Bad? Oh, I want to see this.
Right.
And you push the button.
Right.
Because you want to see it right away as opposed to trying to discover it through the trailer. And a lot of movies have been doing this, not putting the subtitle of the franchise.
Yeah.
This was a very smart move. And like I said, common sense.
had they sold me Better Call Saul and the entire population as a Breaking Bad prequel, I don't know what the numbers would be, but it would have been better received and more people would have watched it because the common fan, unlike us, is like, oh, is it Breaking Bad? Oh, it's not. Then I don't care. But if it's you,
It leads into it.
It leads into it. It is a chess game of writing for when he becomes Saul Goodman. That's
Yeah.
the entire show, and it's fantastic.
It's funny because Breaking Bad is probably I would say my favorite television show of all time.
Okay.
Because
It's your number one?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
because consistently it's the
Wow.
best writing on television that I've ever seen.
Wouldn't take that
Consistently,
away from you.
Wow.
all the
Yeah,
seasons.
yeah.
Like Sopranos to me is in there, but it drops after a few seasons. The Wire is very close, but Breaking Bad is my favorite series of all time just because it just. Yeah, it's just consistently a great show from season 1 all the way to it was 5 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Well, it was 5A and B.
5A and B. So,
So
but the whole thing just
So contractually it was 5, but really it was 6 seasons.
Okay, so let's
yeah.
say every season that they put out, it just consistently was edge of your seat shit, right?
Totally.
So to see where they become, I kind of lost my train of thought at the beginning of the joke. It was like,
You were talking
Favorite
about
show all time.
Sopranos.
yeah,
Consistent writing.
it was consistent. Yeah,
Why you don't watch Better Call Saul?
Oh, thank you. There you go. Better Call Saul.
done, Rex.
I loved that show, Breaking Bad, so much that I thought that okay, I'm gonna lock in. I'm not gonna miss an episode of the show. And I watched the first 2 episodes, loved it, never went back.
I watched the first 2 seasons or first season and a half,
and then,
loved
and
it,
then bailed?
and just
what is that?
I don't know.
It's not that all I'm bored with this.
And I
just
never
back.
bail on TV.
Yeah.
I just was kind of like,
Yeah.
Cool.
I did the same. I got 5 episodes in, I think, and then just fell off. I don't know why.
Right. It's weird.
But I will
it's a
say,
good show.
I did the same thing for Breaking Bad.
Oh.
So I watched.
Have you never seen the whole? You've seen the whole thing?
No, of course I've seen the whole thing. But when
Sorry for
Breaking Bad,
insulting you.
it's very insulting. I host a show called TV Talk.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I've seen Breaking Bad.
Nailed it.
I watched it live when Breaking Bad came on. I watched the first 6 episodes.
Oh.
That's my Roxy test, and then I was like,
You 6 episodes?
6.
I give 3.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I watched 6, and I was like, eh. And I stopped watching.
Wow.
And then it wasn't until the
Wow.
end of season 2, everybody was like, you got to watch this again. So when season 3 started, I binged season 1, 2, and 3. And I was like, oh, yeah, I really love this show. But when it first came on, I was like,
But I will put it similarly to what happened with me and this show, The Deuce on HBO, which is in its final season. Is like I watched the first season and then the 2 episodes into the second season, like I just fell off. Right, it was sitting on my DVR, and then I got back to it. Same thing. This Breaking Bad, I didn't start watching until middle of season 2, so I had to go back and binge 1 through 2, and then was it. Better Call Saul. Sometimes I will let 3 or 4 episodes go by and then binge 4 in
all
a
of
row.
them, but you have to watch it.
What they've done with that show as like a precursor to Breaking Bad, and also creating its own identity around his name his actual name is not Saul Goodman, it's Jimmy McGill,
Right.
And it is like, again, it's writing chess because they obviously introduced Gus Fring. He's in the show now. They've introduced. We haven't seen. Yeah, Mike was in it from day one.
We got comments yesterday that Linda character has been in all of season 4.
Oh.
Lydia.
Lydia, yeah, sorry. On the YouTube comments.
Oh, I was thinking of Pinkman's girlfriend that he poisons with the rice.
Lydia.
Oh, Lydia, the
Which
girl
one's
from
Lydia?
the German
I can't
thing.
think of who
Lydia,
that is.
can you bring up Lydia Breaking Bad? She's the one at the very end when he calls her in the finale and he says,
Who calls?
That Walter White calls. Oh, she calls him, and then remember,
And
then
he
the
poisons her with
and
the Stevie.
Yeah, the crazy, and the crazy asshole
yeah,
was
yeah,
Obsessious.
yeah.
I'm telling you, she looks exactly
Blow my
like my
mind.
ex. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I told her, she's like, no, I don't.
So she is in season 4?
She is. Yes, I'm an idiot. I totally
no
forgot
worries.
who Lydia was. I was
Me too.
missed it.
It's been a
But
while.
yes, but this whole season, the season 4 is them building the underground meth lab. It's awesome. It's like incredible how they're doing
Don't
it.
spoil
Like,
it.
I'm not. But it's like
you just did.
what?
You just told me they're building it.
You know it's going to get built. You've seen Breaking
Well,
Bad.
eventually. But I didn't know it in the show.
All right, social justice warrior, take it easy. Over there.
These are mine. Keep your hands to
sorry.
yourself.
Well, there went your notes.
And
I'll get another one.
Yes, you are.